Hi, my name is Caitlyn Seibert. Today I'm here with Chase Smith. It is February 24th, 2021. I am with the Samuel Proctor Oral History Program. And today we will be discussing the Machen Florida Opportunity Scholars Program, which from here on out will probably be referred to as MFOS. So Chase, do you want to go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself? Maybe what's your major? Where are you from?
My name is Chase Smith. I'm a biology major on the pre-med track. So I plan to go to med school, and I was born in Raleigh, North Carolina, but I was raised here in Kissimmee, Florida.
That's so interesting. Okay. So what do you plan to do on the biology track? Like career goals, just throw it there.
So I'm interested in dermatology. So I want to be board certified dermatologist. And I hope to open my own practice one day. And also I'm considering teaching as well. So.
Okay, so what led you to come to the University of Florida?
I decided to come to the University of Florida because of MFOS. Because I had other schools that were offering me full tuition. So that was nice. But UF was the only school that was offering a full tuition and fees, which that is a lot more than you would think. So like the tuition portion is like give or take 6,000, but then the rest of it is like $15,000 more. So that's what UF was paying for. So that's ultimately what led to my decision to come here.
I imagine that you have friends at UF who are also first generation, but you also might have friends who are not. How do you feel that your UF experience is different to your non-first generation peers?
Well, I think that it's a little bit more challenging because I don't have anybody that I can turn to, like an older sibling or a parent, and ask questions about different processes or how to deal with advisors or picking schedules or what student organizations are fun or interesting that I should maybe be a part of. So it's a little bit different and more challenging because you have to really figure out everything on your own. That's another reason I'm grateful for MFOS, because they make sure that you're taking those first year Florida classes and you're in MFOS group sessions where they teach you about all the resources that the campus has, all the classes and how to speak to your advisors. So, yeah.
So on that, are there any faculty members with MFOS that you feel have really guided your experience so far? I know it's only your first year here, but.
I definitely say the three main people who really made sure that I got involved my first year here, I would say, are Richard Blake, Leslie Pendleton, and then Erica. I think her last name starts with an A. I'm not
It's
really
Aguiar,
sure.
I think.
Yeah.
So with the MFOS program, how do you feel that has changed the way that you view not only yourself, but your purpose?
So I think that the MFOS program has allowed me to see the impact that my story and my college experience can have on other people, because it allows me to have the opportunity to talk to younger people that are coming in, so class of 2025, for example, and let them know about the opportunities that are being provided. I can tell them not only about my first year here at UF and how MFOS has helped me and guided me through that, but also I can let them know that if they're thinking about coming to UF, but they feel like they don't have the money for it, if they are a first generation student, there's definitely programs such as MFOS and others that could definitely get them here.
So with that, do you plan on being a part of the mentorship program with MFOS?
So I am not a part of the mentorship program just because I have a lot of stuff going on, but I am a part of the MFOS ambassador program. So what we do is we reach out to our old high schools, or we use social media to talk to the incoming freshmen, and not only incoming, it could be transfer students, just students in general, about the program, and try and get them to realize that, we really can fund your schooling.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also talk to like donors and stuff like that. So yeah, MFOS ambassadors is also really a really big part of my school experience.
I really like that.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a little while ago that you didn't really have, as a first generation student, you don't really have like older siblings or anything who can help guide you with your experience. What was it like discussing going to university in your household when you were growing up? Were there discussions about it? Did your parents want you to go? Were they really encouraging, supportive? And also on that note, if you could discuss maybe guidance counselors along the way, how they may or may not have helped you get to where you are now.
Okay. So my parents both began to attend college. However, my mom got pregnant and they both stopped going to college. So it's always been definitely encouraged that all of us go to college. My parents wanted all of us to go to college. I'm the fourth kid, and no one before me attended college. And, that's okay. It's not for everyone. Everyone's on their own path. So that's fine. But they definitely, I can tell that it was definitely something that they wish my older siblings would have done. So with me, it was like I was always interested in school. I was always good at school. There was never any problems. So it was kind of just like assumed that I was gonna go to college. Now my senior year, no, like around junior year, when mail started rolling in, and then like I got my first college acceptance, it was like I don't know, like something just set off in my family, because my mom and my dad, they were both like so excited, and like then they wanted to know like more and more about the process and like how it was going and what other schools I was applying to and stuff like that. So yeah, it was definitely encouraged. And along the way, I never really talked to my guidance counselors until my senior year. Senior year, I had the best guidance counselor ever. And honestly, we didn't really talk about that much academic stuff. It was mostly just like a place to go to talk about whatever. Right. And I felt like that was really, really nice. And also, he told us about his experience in college and in his when he got his master's, and how he loved it. And he went to a smaller school, and he said that he wished that he wishes that he went to a bigger school sometimes. So that was important when I was thinking about coming to UF.
Based off of that, how were your expectations met or not met when you came to UF? Like, based on his description of his college experience, how has your college experience been the same or different than what you had imagined?
Well, so I imagined something different, but I think that's partly due to COVID-19, since
Definitely.
all of the classes have been online and stuff like that. But something that is like as I expected is definitely the amount of opportunities that you have. I mean, I heard about it, we talked about it, but it's so it's amazing. Like there's so many things that you can do on campus. There's so many ways to be involved, like big and small. You could join an organization or a club that you just because you're interested in something. Like in high school, it's like, yeah, there's clubs like that. But when you come to college, it's like there's literally a club, a spot for everybody, anything that you're interested in. And that was really awesome because that's what I expected of college. And it exceeded my expectations, definitely.
So great. So with that, did you feel you found a sense of community at UF? And if you did, where did you find that community and how has it impacted you so far? Again, it's a little bit difficult. It's like you're probably your second semester, but and we're all online right now. So
Yeah. So honestly, after my first semester, I wouldn't even say that I found a place like that. But currently, I just got, I'm an electee and I'm going through my electee semester at Alpha Epsilon Delta, which is the Pre-Health Honor Society here at UF. And I really feel like that's my place. This is like my first month in it, but we have to do, like, as an electee, we have a lot of stuff that we have to do, like just service wise and like getting our hours and stuff like that. So we do some in-person events, socially distanced, of course, but we do, some in-person events, and like you get to meet people, you get to like just talk, and we all have the same common interests, common goals. And I definitely feel like that is a place that I can say is home at UF, really.
that's really great. So you are pursuing pre-med, pre-health. As a first generation student, did you feel any sort of pressure to maybe pursue a degree in a STEM field, or is that just something that you've always felt that you wanted to do?
So I didn't feel any pressure. I think the pressure that was applied to want to do this, it comes from me, honestly, not my parents, because my parents, I don't think, like, they know that I want to be a doctor because I've told them, but I don't think they could care less, like, what I do. They just want me, to do what I want to do.
That's great.
So, yeah, but I've definitely like put the pressure on myself, I feel like, just because I know that it's something I'm passionate about. And I've had other career like options like that I thought I wanted to do, and they were fine with those too. So yeah. No.
That's good. I really like a supportive familial experience.
Yeah.
So can you just tell me in your own words what it sort of means for you to be a first generation college student?
Sure. It means that I am the first to come to college and really, really, really have the intentions on getting through it and finishing and graduating. And it means that there's times when I have questions that people can't answer, and there's times when I don't have family members who can understand what I'm going through when I'm talking about this exam that's coming up, and I have to study because I have like a 200 page PowerPoint to look through. And then I have an exam 3 days after that for a totally different class that's about different things. And they don't even know what I'm talking about. So it's a lot of that, but it also means opportunity to me. It means that this is my chance to really, put us out there, put us up there. And also, I love the fact that I am an example for the younger people in my family. I have a niece and I have two nieces and another niece and another nephew on the way. So yeah, I love that I'm able to show them that, auntie's doing it and you can do it too. And you can do it 10 times better. So.
Beautiful. That was really sweet. I liked that. So what are you involved in at UF? How do you spend like the majority of your time?
Yeah. So I am involved in a few things. Like I mentioned before, I'm an MFOS ambassador, and I'm also a Alachua County volunteer. So I volunteer at the elementary school, Rawlings Elementary, every Monday and Wednesday. It's virtual. I'm a virtual classroom assistant. So the teacher, she has in-person students as well as an online class. So I help monitor her online class. That's really, really awesome. And then I'm also a part of AED, which is the Pre-Health Honor Society. And we do a lot of volunteer work. We attend seminars held by doctors, mostly UF faculty. And we also have two philanthropies, which we support, which is Mobile Outreach Clinic and the Climb for Cancer. So we raise money for that. And I'm also a part of the Black Queens cohort, which is just a club here for African-American women. And you can be like any major or whatever, just anybody. And we just, we talk about mental health within the Black community and like as a woman and a student and ways to develop your leadership skills and communication, just a whole bunch of different things. So I really like that. I was participating in a research study with Dr. Yulia. We were just in training, so I haven't really done any active research assistant roles. We're just in training. And I feel like I'm forgetting something, but that might be it.
No, you're doing a lot. That's really great. I really liked the mention of the Black Queens cohort. I think that's great. And that leads me to another question that I have actually. How do you see your first gen identity related to your other ones, race, nationality, gender, ethnicity, etc.? Like, how does that all work together?
Yeah, so being a first generation student within the Black community is not very uncommon. However, being a first generation student at a school where a predominant number of students are white is very uncommon. So it's different because I'm a first generation here, right? I'm a first generation Black girl at UF. And it's like, it's uncommon, but around people back home, it's like, oh, your parents never been to college? Oh, mine either. Like, it's a normal thing. So it is different to be looked at as, someone who is different than others because I'm used to being just a one and the same. None of our parents went to college, but they're doing well for themselves, and that's that. But and so a lot of the people who I grew up around, don't really see the importance of college because their parents are doing okay with them and they didn't go to college. So they figure, why not? Like, why do I need to go? But then I'm here and it's like, well, I obviously think college is important. And then you learn all of the reasons why, like throughout your schooling, why it is important. And also, me being a woman, it's another thing that is like another push, because that's also another minority in the fact that men and women have been, unequal for all of time. So it's also another thing that makes me want to be involved in these women's groups while I'm in college, as well as the first generation groups, because this is another part of my identity, which I have to tend to. So, yeah.
Great. No. Sorry. So how do your friends back home compare to the friends that you've made here at UF?
Well, my friends back home, they are interesting characters. And my friends here are interesting as well. And I feel like it's just in a different light. So my friends back home, they are also goal oriented. I've always been around those type of people, definitely. However, they're more small scale. One day I want to do this, maybe, small, simple things. And that's okay for them. And the people I've met here, I feel like they're more along the lines of what I'm thinking. Like, I wanna do this. Like, I wanna take over the world. I want to have an amazing career, and I wanna write books, and like, it's just a different mindset, I feel like. And it's definitely different. That's
So with that different mindset, do you find that being around people from UF and MFOS has pushed you to be more, I don't know how I really want to phrase this, has pushed you to do more, has pushed you to be more active within the UF community?
I don't know if they have necessarily made me want to. I think that more so just my goals, what I know that I have, like, I know that I want to go to med school. So I know that that means I'm going to be having a large amount of course load and like no time. So I just have been trying to prepare for that the only way I know how, which is, do as much as I can and still, outside of school, extracurricular volunteering, and still have a heavy course load and be able to balance it. I think that's what pushes me really to do all the things that I do in UF.
Do you feel any pressure to be well accomplished, either from like faculty, friends, your family, and how does that drive your work ethic? And do you potentially plan to accept or overcome a work ethic that maybe enhances this sort of pressure upon yourself?
So
that was a weird worded question. I'm sorry about that, but
it's okay. So I don't think that I have been pressure has been put on me at UF. I don't really know that much people to say that I have like so many friends that are influencing me. But at home, it's not really pressure. I think it's just an examples of what I've seen my parents go through. So I feel like success is just is the reason I want to go to school. Like, I'm in school, obviously. So I think the type of person that I am, once I start something, I'm going to finish, and I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities through and through. Now, I would be lying if I said like I didn't care what my parents think. Of course, I care what my parents think, and I want them to be proud of me. But I know that they're going to be proud of me either way, and I know that the reason that I want to do all of these things is because I've seen like my parents go through it and struggle, and I've seen them come out very successful in the end. But to get there, they still had to work hard. So to me, it's just, I think, okay, would I want to work hard in my 30s to be, living how I want in my 40s, or do I want to work hard, go to school now while I'm young so that I can be successful and do all the things I want to do at a younger age in my life. So, yeah.
Okay, I don't want to keep you for too long, so I think maybe one or two more questions. Big question we have. Can you describe your first gen experience in one word? No, it's a little bit. You could choose a phrase if you please, but I understand it's difficult to choose just one word that really captures the whole experience.
Intense. Yep, there you go.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I just feel like it's so many things wrapped into one, and they're all intense. So like all of the things that you feel them very intensely, because you're the first one, right? So you're the first one to go to school. So you go off and you're by yourself and you're alone for the first time ever. Intense. And then you have to meet new people and interact with people that you don't know. Intense. And then you have all of your classes, and like UF classes are not regular classes. Intense. It's like every single step, even like going all the way back to senior year, filling out FAFSA, and you have to get your parents to get all their tax information together and like tell them it says you have a FAFSA account. Why do you have a FAFSA account? I don't know. Well, I need you to figure it out. So it's like stuff like that. Intense. So right. That's my word.
Oh, I like that. No, intense is a really good word choice for that. I hear exactly what you're saying. What has MFOS done for you? And if you could speak to somebody coming in maybe 10 years from now, what would you tell them about MFOS?
MFOS has really done a lot for me, honestly. It allowed me to come here, and it was the first thing that it was the first organization, MFOS Ambassadors, that I was a part of that made me feel like, that I was doing something other than school. And so I would tell someone 10 years from now, I literally want to like scream this from the top of the rooftops of everywhere, because I think it's such an important thing, is that if you are thinking about school and you think you cannot go to school because of financial reasons, think again, because that was me. That was literally me. Like I was not going to come to UF because I was like, how am I going to pay for this? Like, yeah, I got accepted, but who cares? Because what am I going to do? And I really didn't want to take out loans because I knew that I was going to be going to med school. So I'm like, no. So I honestly never even heard about MFOS in high school. My guidance counselors, like nobody even told me that was a thing. So I would definitely literally just want to tell someone that it's a thing, it's real. Even when I got accepted and I found out about MFOS, I kept asking like, oh, so are you gonna pay everything? Like everything? Like I really, because it's like such a shocking thing and you don't even believe like that it's real. And so that's what I would just want to tell someone. MFOS is, they will help you and it is real and you can go to school. So don't think that you cannot.
That was great. I know I said like one or two, but I have another question from that. Do you have any thoughts about inequity in higher education that you would like to share? I know from what you just said, obviously there is something there where students feel they can't come to a higher education institution because they can't afford it. They don't want to take out loans and be in debt for the rest of their lives. Other sort of boundaries that are holding them back. Do you have any thoughts you want to share on that?
Yeah, definitely. So I really feel like it's a lack of information being passed down, which is why I definitely, like, I was very happy to be a part of the ambassadors program and help recruit students that have not come to UF yet, because I know that I didn't have that information, and a lot of students really don't have access to information like that, or they don't even know to search it up. So like you could have, yeah, you have internet access and you can search up UF. And for example, I was in Avid. So Avid is a high school course where they teach you about college and stuff like that. And that was never, like, they never mentioned that. It's So I feel like the lack of access to information or information being passed down is definitely something that should definitely change, especially because it makes sense for that information to be in Title I schools, which is where I was, or like areas like that, because that is where you would find a majority of the first generation students. So yeah.
Great. I think I'm all out of questions for you. Anything else that you want to comment on?
No, not really.
Perfect. Okay, so I am going to stop the recording.